Yimbo. Welcome back to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything. And this is my Sunday night podcast where I talk about life and toys. It is Yimbo. Well, no, this is still Yimbo Reviews Everything. I feel like I'm a crazy person, but that's just because this technology is freaking me out right now. I have everything set up. I'm already noticing, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. My tech isn't perfect, but we are here. And thank you all for joining this evening. I was clicking around and I'm getting that delay, which is so very, very frustrating, but I'm going to do my best to keep everything moving along. And I do currently have my second camera set up. So I was trying to get myself all situated right quick. Let's see. How's he looking? So it's not the perfect setup. I got my little dongle hanging back, but here we go. So it's going to pop up. There we go. See? And then I have my little lights to light this guy up. I see. I just told it to move. There we go. So yes, like I was saying, it's not perfect by any stretch. Ooh, that looks mean old Doomsday. But there he is. So I got the second cam. Maybe I'll do that. No. From up here, we'll try that. Hey! That's right. Figuring things out. All right. So everybody keep your fingers crossed this evening that my computer, just doesn't start smoking and blowing up on me, because you could see the delay. At least I'm seeing the delay. Maybe it's smooth on your end, and you can let me know in the chat as well. But speaking of the chat, let's say hi to all my toy friends. So here we go. Here's Sean, Phantom Toyography. I clicked it. See, like I start reading it, and that's how long for me it took to pop up. So woo, let's bust open some toys. Have a great time, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, Sean. Thank you so much for joining. Wyatt Smith, Copper State Bricks is in the house. My man Wyatt, how you doing, brother? Emma Kinney, hello. Can't wait to see what kind of questions you throw at us this evening. Because again, this is going to be, I have toys, nothing to like unbox this evening. But I have a bunch of the toys that I recently unboxed from both ChrisCon and the last couple of weeks. So I wanted to like actually go through those, show what's inside of them, yada, yada, yada. And then I wanted to see, check the temperature of where we are all in terms of the NECA Sewer Dio. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk all about all these guys. And there's my man, 88 Figs. What's going on, brother, man? I wish I was able to have you on tonight, like I was saying. So that'll be a future one. Speaking of, next week, I think I'm still streaming, but I'm not sure. I'm doing like, because you guys know. At least if maybe you've been hanging out, so you probably know. But I did go really hard from like mid-June until August, where I was, like I said, pretending to be a full-time toy guy and just go. So now that I only have a couple weeks left of summer, I'm just kind of coasting in. I cannot wait though. Like normally I'm like, oh, I don't want summer to end, summertime sadness, like going back to school, all that stuff. But I'm super fired up in the toy space because once fall hits, once September, like I'll have like that structure, the consistency again. Like whereas in summer, sometimes we bounce around to visit our parents or sisters, yada yada. So I'll have the consistency, and then I'm going to start reaching out and booking guests and friends and people from the toy community that I've touched base with in the past. So it's going to go back into like trying to have a lot more like fun conversations with people, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why, these couple of weeks into Labor Day, like, and I think I'm still streaming Labor Day. I think I'll be home that weekend. So huzzah, I'll give you something to do. So anyway, 88, going back to 88. Can't wait to have another conversation with 88. He's the best. Love him. So thank you for offering to come on. I wish tech-wise. But thank you all again for coming. And I'm not done saying hi to people. Coulton's Cooking Comics. I don't know why my letters got all mixed up there. But what's going on, Colton? How you doing, brother? And thank you, Cody. My man, Cody. Too much new toys. Pray to the toy gods. That's right. That the stream holds strong tonight. And here's my boy Carlos. How you doing, Cal, the collector? Again, amazing toy photographer. Go check out his stuff. Oh, it's so good. By the way, Cody's been absolutely killing it and just making me all you guys. Seriously, you're like, you impress me so much. I have talented friends. That's all I tell people. But Cal's been doing a great job. But Cody, you've been killing it. And I'm not gonna go quite as harsh as you've gone in your Instagram stories, but I know what you're talking about. I feel you, brother. So again, we will discuss. We will discuss when we get there. Clintastic, thanks for coming over tonight. He was just hanging out in the pre-show over on Instagram. Thanks, Clint, for coming. We'll mix up with the sewer diorama. We'll get that rectified. We'll figure that out. And yes, we are going to start with that McFarlane Doomsday Superman 2-pack. Here's another friend of mine, George. What's going on? Agent Variant, friend of the show, been on here many times before. We did a collab Friday, Saturday. Was it yesterday? My days get all mixed up. But that was my last post. So that's I'm like, what was it yesterday? But yes, we did a John Wick collab. So that was awesome, George. Thanks for doing that with me, buddy. And here we go. Task at him, my man Brad. How are you, buddy? Fellow Jersey boy. The Doomsday. So, Brad, this is going to be I'm really curious. This is why I wanted to start off tonight, too, with Doomsday, because I would need to compare. I have loose leg, but like, to what extent were yours and mine? Like, should I just live with this? So, we're going to figure it out. Diggs Figs in the house. What's going on, Diggs? How you doing, Ryan? You're awesome, dude. And guess what? Earlier, not that I got a ton of like free time, like with the kids around, but I peeked for a little bit. I saw Toy Migos posted a review video. His Cheney posted a review video of the Jada Figs Chun-Li. So he had that courtesy of Diggs Figs, and I was like, Ron's my boy. That's right. So that was very cool, dude. So I have to check out the rest of that. I started watching it. It looks great. I already love Ryu and Fei Long. So like I'm all in on that whole line. So I'm getting Chun-Li. So, but yes, I'm still excited to check out the rest of that. I'm clicking around again. See, silly MacBook. Okay, that's on my end. B Rivera, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming. Too much new toys. Cody says there are many weekends all year. You should enjoy what we can. Enjoy what you can. We will still be here when you get back. No, that's true. I know, Cody. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. So like I said, next weekend, May, like if I end up being home and my wife's cool, I will probably stream. But her birthday's Saturday. So we're doing a thing. We won't be home. We'll be at her parents. So I don't know. So that's why next Sunday, like, but hey, if you'll know in advance. I just haven't like cleared up that. I don't know, be like, hey, I can't wait to do your birthday and your party. When are we getting home? So I haven't asked that question yet. I have not. But thank you, Cody. I know. And that's why you guys are all the best. So thank you again I took last weekend off. It's greatly appreciated that you guys all want to come back and hang out. And that's why I wanted to lug all this crap. Literally brought a tote, like the Sterilite tote of like camera and computer equipment, my ring light, like just so we can hang out. Henrock's in the house. What's going on, Henrock? How you doing, man? Speaking of, oh God, go check out Henrock's account, because not only is he an amazing customizer, but like his photos have always been solid. But like, God, you've just, again, jumping levels, man. But happy to have you here this weekend. This is awesome. Legends Collector 1321. How's it going? Thank you for joining. Diggs was saying, we got lucky with that find. That's right, because Cheney said he found, I guess, Diggs, you found 2 of them at Target, or maybe 3. But you would hit him up, and he was like, yes, please end it. So that's great. B Rivera, let's see. So yeah, Jada Toys gonna get a lot of my money, dude, for sure. And that's gonna kind of like, I don't know if we want to start with the big purchases, because I'm very curious as to where everybody fell with the bigger price points, the stuff that we've been laughing about, stressing about, wanting, trying to tell ourselves we don't want, all of those different things. I was going to do a whole slideshow, but again, processing power, all of that. So look, we already know. We've been talking about these. We've been staring at them. So I don't know where you want to go first. We could go in the big direction, or we could start with Doomsday. I was still going to start with Doomsday. We'll have plenty of time to like, roll our eyes, get a little frustrated at these price points. But and Cal's saying, yeah, love those Street Fighter figs And Phantom says, "Bring her on the stream, best gift ever." You know, you're not the first person to say, like, I don't know how serious you are about it, but like, I would totally stream more with her. I know she usually those Sunday nights, like, because we did literally Yumba Reviews Everything as a YouTube channel. Kind of was just all over the place. Like, I posted my amateur baseball videos when I was managing it, like an adult team. I was posting just goofy little skits that I was trying to write and act out and just having fun trying to make, silly stuff. But yeah, like when I first really got serious, quote unquote, about like the Yimbo Reviews like title and doing a thing with it, it was with a podcast with my wife. So you can still listen to it. It's up on Apple, podcasts and basically wherever you can find them. But when you search Yimbo Reviews Everything, there is a podcast. And then it like jumps years and then has a few like toy streams. By the way, that's something that if anybody is interested, it's a pain in the butt, but it's also not the like hardest thing to do. So if this Sunday night, like if this would be an enjoyed thing back on podcast just as audio, like let me know, because I don't know if I've made it clear, but I know that I'm not perfect, and I do just try to be better at all sorts of stuff, including in this particular world, like entertaining you guys. So if that's something that you would be interested in, that let me know, because I can convert that. That's no problem. Let's see. Cody says, I have 6+ Heat Boys Max pre-orders. Money doesn't scare me. It's just points. It's just points, Cody. That's okay. Yes, that was the last reel that I got to see tonight, was you dabbling into like a Power Ranger looking Heat Boy. So you're going down the Mecha road, my friends. Oh no. Did I disappear? I should still be here. I mean, I hope. I think I'm still here. And no chewing, fellow Toy Daddy. What's going on, brother? In the house. There we go. So smash that like button and maybe Yimbo will come here. Dude, I finally got my son his haircut. Well, it was a team effort, but we got our son his haircut this week. And now it was supposed to be my turn on Friday, and I didn't go. That's my own fault. So, yeah, I do need a haircut. I need to trim the beard too. I noticed today it's getting so gray. Just getting old, man. Getting old sucks. There's no other way of putting it. Let's see. So sorry, clicking around. Cody was just telling me it was all good. Emma Kenny, good now. That's good. All right, thank you, man. And Agent Variant says, I'm a visual guy, so I don't listen as much to podcasts. That's just me. All right, fair. Well, I'm glad I'm here for you visually. Oh God, Cody goes, no, we need Long Hair Yimbo. Dude, we haven't had an appearance from Long Hair Yimbo. There's only, technically, this is like how Long Hair Yimbo used to be until I actually went long. I don't know if my family would be down for that. Although maybe I would. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it though. I'm probably gonna get my haircut. And there's my boy Zach, Sequential Plastic, member of Behind the Plastic with Not a Bird, Not a Plane, photography, and TMNT 1987. My man Jay. So hello, what's going on, Zach? Thanks for coming, man. All right, toy time. We'll get to the toys. So here we go. Let me cue this up. Obviously, guys, keep the chat going on. Fire away any questions, because again, like technology-wise, like this is gonna, I don't have a million different toys at my disposal like I do on random streams from the basement. So there we go. So here's our first one for this evening. So and look, I got my little box of toys over here. There's my box of toys. Oh, 2 of them just fell out over there. Got to get them. All right, but I was grabbing soups. Okay, so here we go. First up, as I knock things over already. Ugh. By the way, I didn't wear a Danny DeVito shirt today, but what do you guys think? This is like part of my Shore collection. My Peter Venkman. I love busting out like, shirt. This one I think I bought, like, it's my wife straight up goes, she's like, you probably have owned that for over a decade, because she's like, we've been together for a long time now, and I've never seen it. So it's probably true. This is an old Target buy. But let's start first with another Target exclusive. So here we go. Is the 2-pack, the gold, I believe it was a gold label, right? So I don't know if you could tell, but I have a little chair here. That's what I'm using for my little stands. Again, not the prettiest, but at least you do get the nice look of the toys. All right. Now, Doomsday. He's why I bought the set. He was why I bought it. McFarlane typically sells their mega figs for $40. So at the $60 price point for the set, like it made sense to me, especially we were getting a Superman with some extra hands. But then we're dealing with McFarlane. So what Task at Hand had mentioned when we spoke about it, he actually said he had really loose legs. So yeah, I too have the loose legs to the point where he complains. I'm not trying to air out all your business because I'm down. Like we should be holding either the distributors or the companies, like if you get a crummy product, like you should definitely get your money's worth. I've been trying to do that stuff. I've done it with Hasbro before. Like if you're not happy, you got to take care of that. So like, is this how bad yours was with the loosiness? This is the part that really it spins. So anyway, getting back to this, I wanted Doomsday. He was the reason I wanted the set. And I'm not going to lie that I'm a little disappointed about how my legs are moving, because you only get like that much bend, not a lot, but it's the way that they look. And then obviously like how they feel, because this is so loose. Now I've been able to get him to stand because these feet don't have the articulated toes like previous mega figs, at least that I can think of off the top of my head. So it does have a nice like ankle roll. So I've been able to get some sort of kind of like some stuff posed, but you can see like that these legs, it's just a weird design. It's kind of awful. And then, like I said, when you mix in the looseness to it, now I do have Kiki loose joints. So for me, it's not, it's not like these hip joints are totally fine. Actually they fell that way here. So there's a little bit of like fall to them. Whoa. So Brad, let me know, is this what you were dealing with? Because like, again, I'm not totally thrilled with this, but as the only Doomsday I will own, like I guess I can deal with it. I don't know. Or maybe I should look into maybe just getting a replacement for the set. But there he is. There's Doomsday. So let me get to these questions now. So here we go. Let's see. So Cody says, I like Doomsday shorts. LOL. Yes, I do too, actually. Here, we'll get a nice little crotch close up. See what he's working with back there. So again, nice texturing, as always with McFarlane stuff. So there you go. There's those shorts. Move him back a little bit. He's just so big. Taz says he's got shorts. Zach says, yeah, he looks like he's ready to go toe-to-toe with Rocky. Yeah, I was trying to get him all queued up, like, some sort of little, action-y mode, but it's just the legs are so stupid. Like, they just look odd. That's the trouble I've been having, because like even to get, because you'll see what I'm talking about here. Like even to just get the old classic split leg, I guess that one's not bad, but then as soon as you turn it, it just, look at how weird that looks. And again, I'm talking about this in terms of, if you are new to the stream, I like to talk about toys in terms of toy photography. Like, how can I get them to look natural and realistic? Well, it's hard with those kind of legs. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. So here we go. Oh, no chewing with an M. McKinney inspired question. Doomsday, Death of Superman. Did this help or ultimately hurt the Superman comics? That's a great question. I couldn't tell you. Well, I this is what I'll tell you. This is what I remember. So I was in 5th grade when they killed Superman. When Doomsday killed him, I was devastated. I think it was 5th grade because I think I did one of those news reports summarizing current events, a current event article on it. And I remember being so sad because it was like in the newspaper and death of Superman. I think that storyline rocked, but people blame that for like, when they did eventually bring him back, like it kind of killed death in general in the comics. Like even Miss Marvel is another example, right? I don't even read it, but just from what I see via like Instagram. So yeah, death in comics has been kind of negated to an extent, right? Like, so I don't know. Like comic books are doing well, or are they? I don't know. It's a great question. In the chat, do people have, because I'm not an expert in like, especially with like comics and how comic book chains or brands, etc., whatever, are doing. So that's a good question. I'm not sure. All right. So, mine doesn't do that. So, Cal, this is interesting because you're across the country from where Brad and I are. So I wonder if we did get a crummy like distribution set where all of these are going to have this problem. Oh, that's frustrating. So, like I said, can I still make this work in photography? Hell yeah. I mean, look at this guy's sculpt. And Toy Father had pointed this out to me. Articulated jaw. Amazing. Thank you so much, Todd, for giving us that. And that's not the only one. Like my son recently this week asked to play with my clay face. I forgot he had an articulated jaw. And like I said, Croc, like Killer Croc, it just makes it all the weirder that like Killer Croc didn't have it. I'm trying to think of my other big mega figures that would need like an articulated jaw. Maybe it's just Killer Croc, and that would make the most sense. Maybe Man Bat. I don't know. Like I'm trying to picture that face sculpt, if that would be doable. But this freaking head sculpt, I mean, get out of town. Look at that. And he's got great everything, like really great details. I love all of the bone that's protruding. And again, great paint and weathering apps. Like this is a really awesome figure. I just don't like the legs. He's a little bit of a wobbly boy. So, but not enough. I don't know if I got it enough where I'm going to do anything about it. I just don't know. I don't know. I got to try to photograph him. My goal, I have a two-part well, it's not like a story necessarily, but I do want to have this Superman getting his butt kicked, and then I also want to have the Mezco Superman, which I still have to open, to do like Superman, getting the dub. So let's go over to Superman. This is the one that's eating the L, obviously. Now, when I complained about the way he moves, I guess just in terms of a little bit of that looseness, McFarlane looseness, hit or miss, so bizarre. This Superman, number one, gets pretty decent bend there. Let's see, to there. Now, I am still tempted to do the torso mod because I think I could get some more crunch out of this part, especially in the top part. So I might do it. But again, he's going to be a figure that like I'm not going to really use. Like I'm happy I own him now. He's one of those like he's good for the collection, like I'm happy I have a super beat up Superman for those moments that I might need one. And he is packed with details. Like there's some scrapes over here. He's got some actual torn with flesh reveal, like some torn costume, some more scratches over here on the thigh. And then what's really great is he weathered or like bloodied up the boots. So the boots actually are dark and muddy. Look at that. So they did kind of go all out on this Superman, which I appreciate. And that cape is great too. You know, I'm not usually a fan of the McFarlane rubber capes, but this particular one, based on the ideas that I would use for photos, is awesome. And he did come with 2 other hands. I think they're like flight hands. Again, no fists, weird, odd choice. But then he did give us like this hand, like this wrenched in pain. Like I can just picture, you know, Doomsday dragging him by the arm, which is a shot I will probably do with this hand. Like that is a gnarly hand. And then this is just a, you know, regular old kind of like posing hand. A little more grip, but can't really hold anything. But this one's great. But yeah, so no fists, Todd. I'm sure I have McFarlane fists I guess I can use. But yeah, it just comes with that standard peg. So I have to see if I have any fleshy colored Todd fists. Well, my flesh, you know what I mean. Skin tone for soups. We'll see what happens. We'll see. So ultimately, I'm happy I have it. This is a cool set. I am happy I own these 2 guys. And that's, you know, I'm not really, you know me. That's I'm never going to be like, why did I buy this piece of garbage? No, I'm never going to be that. I want to enjoy the things that I buy. I have plans, like I said, for this. I'm just happy I have this Superman because he is actually a lot more fun to move around and pose. And if this is, I haven't really cracked open any McFarlanes lately, but that's kind of like my whole thing. I'm definitely trying to curb spending, which I need to. That's more of like a need at this point for the end of the summer. So that's what I'm trying to be really a good boy about buying new toys after ChrisCon, after that whole, you know, toy tornado, a toynado. We had a tornado of fun that weekend. So yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to be good until September hits. But I have like so many McFarlanes and things, even doing my library thing last week. And that was another thing I never wanted to like explain to you guys and show pictures and everything. So I still will do that. But yeah, even that, I had like half of my stuff for McFarlane's and I was having fun posing them around and messing with them. So yeah, it's just building up the creative ideas and just trying to like, I don't know, I'm mentally trying to just assess what I have and go from story-wise there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Needs more calcium. Clint, I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at this joke now. Like seeing it and laughing. But that is epic. That was for all of you that have just maybe joined in. This is referring to Doomsday, who, as we know, is covered in all bone. But I got a very loosey leg one. Needs more calcium. That's good. That's good. Let's see. Sorry, I'm hitting the thing, and now Chrome is just saying, okay. So Cody kind of looks like Brock Lesnar became Stone. Maybe that's why I like Doomsday, or maybe that's why I like Brock, because Doomsday did come first. But maybe that's why I like Brock Lesnar. That's a good point. I'm sad. I am really aggravated by these legs. Not just the looseness. I can, like I said, I can kind of deal with them, I guess. He's easier to stand. If I couldn't stand him like Man-Bat, then I'd have a bigger issue. But I haven't had, I think because my Bane was also loose like this, and I just went, oh, okay. But it's just the look. For me, it's the look. Like how, ugh. And then there's no thigh swivel. Like that would have cured a lot of my issues if I had a thigh swivel. But otherwise, you're really just stuck into doing these kind of forwardy poses. But you do get really good range on the ankles. So maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's a win-win, win-loss, win-loss, win. Frustrating. All right, so I pulled that down for a second while we load up our second batch. I just want to go through the rest of the comments here. So Brad said, "Yup, mine are both like that. Very bummed after getting the second. I guess I just got to suck it up now. The sucky part of collecting. Shoot. See, that's what I'm afraid of too. That because we're on this side, whatever factory pumped these out, like we're stuck." Like we're stuck because that means everything on this coast, in theory, is going to be from maybe that warehouse or that factory. The only reason I'm speculating, total speculation, is because when Toy Father, my fellow toy daddy, came on to open up, it was to unbox the year 2 Batman from McFarlane, and like people were already experiencing the broken arm, and Chris was like, no, it's gonna happen, we're gonna be good, I'm gonna open this bad boy up, look at this beautiful thing, and then bloop, right on the live stream, broke off. And then I think it happened to me on a live stream too, or I just opened it separately, but it just came right off. So again, Massachusetts to Jersey, we got a bad crop from the factory. So we both repaired ours in that instance. And like I said, I can get him to stand. I just won't be able to get him into super ridiculous. But that's also due to, like, this is not the best articulation no matter what. Like, that's not a lot. You don't get a lot. So I don't know in terms of storytelling what you can do. Because look, even when I throw, this is what I'm talking about, that back leg. Like, if I want to throw a punch, there, it's got to be like that. I don't know. But then will he stand? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. Do you guys know that? Silly boy. All right, so there's a McFarlane talk of the evening. This is an excellent question, Cody, and I did share this with Brad in person last week. So Kiki loose joints, I used to talk. I mean, I still talk about it all the time. I have two or three bottles that I've stockpiled, or maybe just 2. Maybe the one I was having, and then Toy Father just gave me one. But Toy Father bought them on eBay. I think that's the only spot that you can kind of get them right now. The alternative, also cheaper, is Pledge floor polish. And I have like a $13 bottle of that. The Kiki's is like a $10 bottle, but it comes with a really nice like dispenser, like metal thing to really get it in there. But if you buy Pledge floor polish and buy like the little like squirter containers, it should work the same because it dries clear and thickens. It just thickens around. So that's your 2 options. You'll get a lot more floor polish. I will tell you that. Like, because I never even opened mine because I'm still using the Kiki bottle. So you don't really go through like a ton once you get it. But it would help, and I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'll do it maybe I'll make that into a reel. It's nothing gonna be crazy, but I'll just show, because there is that divot back there. Yeah, there it is. Boop, boop, boop. So if I just put the little dispenser nozzle right into there, squeeze it, let it sit overnight, it should help to an extent. It should help. Brad, I will keep you posted, buddy. I will definitely let you know how that works out. But yeah, maybe a reel. And what do you think, McKinney? You're loving that question. I also am intrigued at the answer, because like I said, I don't pretend to have answers. I have no idea. All I know is it killed the concept of death in comics. That's all I know. Oh no, Phantom. Let's see. This looks exactly like how my Black Series Bo-Katan moves, and it's a little sad, especially the price being paid. Yeah, especially because you're having to do import stuff. Going not just across the country, across the world, man. So yes, that sucks. That stinks. Yeah, the loose stuff. Ugh. Let's see. Get posed. That's a lot. My chunky boy, it's a lot of plastic meat, baby. He is. I'm trying to think if he is heavier or lighter than Bane, but he's in that McFarlane Mega Fig category. So who else do I have? So I have Darkseid, I have Steppenwolf, I have Man-Bat, Killer Croc, Clayface, Bane, and Swamp Thing. And now I have Doomsday. So I do like those big boys. I like those toddy big boys. So I would say he's on par, like he's not incredibly. It's not like I'm going to be getting swole, like doing curls, but yeah, he's got heft. He's a nice hunk of plastic meat, baby. Task. Let's see. I was told there were 2 factories. One would be good, solid Doomsday figs, and the other made these flimsy ones. Don't know if that's true. I buy it because we see it not only, like I said, like with my anecdotal evidence of year 2 Batman, which again isn't a lot to go on, but if you heard that and the fact that we know, like Marvel Legends, for instance, has multiple factories that they produce out of, and you will get different quality level of plastic. That's where that gumminess of Legends will come in, and Joe's and whatever else. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna ever be able to like track down a solid one though. Do you know what I mean, Brad? Like that's the downside. Oh, there we go. So my man Cal. Dude, you know that as soon as I photographed that Mezco Superman, I was gonna send you all my pictures so we can collab on it. So don't worry, I'm just giving you my idea. Like I was just like, oh yes, he's gonna fight Doomsday. like as soon as I get this going. So yes, we are collabing absolutely. And McKinney, oh, this is a great point. Gorilla Grodd, yes, and I have his figure too. Just because I like gorillas and it could be used for King Kong custom. Yeah, that's a good call. So I'm assuming you're talking about, is it just the Injustice one? I think that's the only Grodd, or did he put out a second Grodd? I have the Injustice one, so in like the battle armor, which I like a lot. I just used him. I didn't post anything, but I had him in a little setup. I was doing Zog from that Cody sold me on finally after a little bit of a waiting period, but I found General Zog, sorry, from the Mirage comics from the Turtles, and I just opened him up, and of course I don't know if he's even a good guy or a bad guy. He just looked awesome, and I'm opening everything that I can Mirage. So with Zog, I have him up against like Monkey King from Four Horsemen, and Spiro Thane, and then McFarlane Grodd. So that's what I did. Hey, birthday boy! We got another birthday boy in the house. It's Art with Toys. What's up, Rick? How you doing, brother? It's belated, of course, but I wished you a happy birthday earlier this week. This is birthday week, so what's going on, Art with Toys, my man? Loco Lou, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining this evening. And let's see. Diggs Figs also has a pretty loose Doomsday. Yeah, I don't know. I think I made my peace with McFarlane Big Figures for what you get in terms of the size, the plastic, and then the sculpting and paint. I've made my peace with their articulation. Like I said, this is really cool that I had this Doomsday figure. Like he looks great. I know he's not the Storm collectible one, but like for significantly less, and for how often I'm using it, like he just looks great up there. But I also am very lazy about my shelves. Like they're all vanilla. Everybody's vanilla now because just for space. So he'll just sit there looking intimidating. Oh, and here we go, everybody. It's the Macho Man. Hello. What's going on, Matt? I wish you were able to also join and show us your fancy toys and camera and posing abilities, but that'll have to be next week or Labor Day blowout. We'll have to do something special. We'll be talking. Matt. And McKinney says, I think I will have to agree with you in a storytelling aspect. I think the story was awesome, but I think the downfalls is bringing him back, and that death in comics is never permanent. That was the big thing. Up until that point, and I don't take my word for it. In my memory logs, I really don't remember death. Like if someone died, they died. Like that was it. So yeah, I don't know if that's just how I'm remembering things, but I'm pretty sure like characters that died stayed dead. And then once Superman was brought back, that's when we started seeing like the death comebacks from previous decades. So yeah, he kind of ruined it in that way. But then what were you going to do? We're not going to have Superman. It's going to be the year 2023. As I'm looking at my watch, like, what year is this? 2023 and not have a Superman? Like, what are we going to do? Comics. My longest running issue with comic books is the fact that they never end, which is awesome, but also stakes, like the stakes. So I always, when I going into a quick side tangent, when I do read comics, like I typically go back into like graphic novels or like completed stories. So, again, not that I'm, if Superman died at the end of that, like now if I read that, I'd be like, and now he's dead. I'm never going to read another Superman book. No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the fact that you have to, like, it's just like wrestling. But we look back and we go, oh, what great feuds. But then, like, no one remembers the match at Backlash the following month. Because again, the stories never end. But I also love these two things. I love comics and I love wrestling. So I don't know. There's no way to solve it, right? I'm just pointing out a problem, but there's no solution. Let's see. So Phantom Photography said, I didn't know about that about the factories. Is that all around the world or only in particular companies? I've only heard it specifically about Hasbro and then with these tales of McFarlane. So maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry. I keep saying I don't know so much. I'm not trying to be like a definitive. There's a lot I don't know. And of course, Rick, dude, I'm saying thanks for joining us this evening. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice tail end to your birthday weekend, brother. That's so awesome. And here we go. Got to queue up. Jukebox Hero. Thank you for joining. Thank you. And let's see. Cody says, Lock and Key is the comic series you were looking for. A clear story. Okay. Thank you, Cody. I might need you to also send me that as an Instagram DM so I don't forget, because my brain does that. It forgets things. All right. What are we going next, everybody? Let's see. You know what? One, my son has not been able to stop playing with this weekend, and I've been totally cool with it because he doesn't really know. He says it's a camera. But let's go over, like, actually in detail, Scrapyard, because I bought him for this, and my son cannot stop messing with it. He loves it so much. And because, like, it just pops in. It actually comes separate. And this top part, with the missile launcher pops on. He just loves moving this around, moving the tires like Wally, which he and my daughter recently saw with my wife. So the treads don't move. He wanted to take it to the beach today. And I was like, all right, that's where I draw the line. That's where Daddy draws the line. But he loves it. And I love it. And I bought this. And I really do kind of want two now, but I don't need two scrap irons. What did I call them? Scrapyard? Scrap iron? Because he is like a specific character. Like, I don't. Well, let me bring up the second cam again. We're back in second camera land. Let's see. Swap that over. My light turned off. Did it die? I have another. It didn't. So I do have a backup. All right. So here we go. Now, head sculpt wise, let's talk about the stuff to love. Look at that head sculpt. It is so rad and gnarly and chock full of details. Let's see, does it soften this light a little bit? There we go. Look at this guy. I mean, for real, right? So I guess because he has the helmet, which I'll show off now in a second. So I get him stand. There we go. I guess technically, cue this up. There we go. I guess technically I could buy more than one. So I bought him because of the missiles and the effects. And I know I've said this previously, but I had to reiterate that he was purchased exclusively for, let's see, there we go, exclusively for these pieces. All right, so here we go. Number one. Let's get to the pieces. So here, now, I believe this goes something like this. See, where this will like whoosh out when the rocket gets shot out, right? Something along those lines. I'm assuming. I guess I should have looked at product images, but I like to figure things out on my own. But I thought something like that would be neat, right? But there's that. Big rocket shooting out. Yeah, that light is dead. Here we go. I got to back up. A little purple glow. No, there we go. This one doesn't want to sit like that one. Oh, nope. Maybe this. Maybe like this. How's he looking still? All right. But yeah, so then we have this one, which I wasn't sure if they should both go back there. Something along those lines. I wasn't sure. I'm trying to think if I should do this higher up, maybe. And just do look more of a drop down. There we go. All right, so I've been trying to figure this out. I guess maybe kind of like that. Maybe. Definitely this one is a whoosh, the rocket launch for sure. This one I'm not totally sure about, unless that is just a landing explosion, just like these guys are landing explosions. I love that these are included. I love them. I love them. I love them. Those are so great. And then you have the smaller rocket here. Do you notice I'm so much more into this little this little car than I am the figure? But what's so nice is that they fit in, so they'll sit. Oh yeah, my son always says, here, hold on, from the front, it's a camera. He's like, Mimi, it's a camera. Because of like the sensor, and I was like, hey, maybe it is a camera. Probably, right? Probably is a camera. But it's so nice. So this plugs in over here. Bloop. It's so epic. It's so epic. And then what is it? Does it? Oh yeah, it says, what does it say on it? Laser guided. Yep, laser guided missile. It's so neat. There we go. So this is so awesome. Like, I do love this one so much. And I was like, I've been trying to be good about not getting too many Joes. And then literally in the last, I don't know. Well, it was my ChrisCon weekend. It blew all up because I was like, I ended up saying screw it, and I bought scrap iron. And that was right before ChrisCon. But then while we were out, we found Shipwreck, who I'm going to talk about next. And then in that same moment, they had a rock and roll. And I got so excited. I went, I'm going to get him too. So that I got a lot of Joes again. But let's check him out. So I guess he actually could work as an army builder because of the helmet. There we go. And what I was saying is, the reason I got this thing is because of the Hiss tank. Like, I got that for the Hiss tank. I also bought that 3-pack of like Hiss, not the twins and Baroness, but they have like a Hiss like infantry, and I bought those because they're in the same color scheme. You know, like I felt like I had to do matchy. So I'm not getting those other 3. Because I have a Baroness and I have the twins, and like, again, Joe's, like, I have the ones that I need. Like, I don't need to get another one. But this is tempting now, actually, to get a second one, just because of the fact that you wouldn't really know. I'm talking myself into another toy. But we'll see. We'll see. This thing is amazing, and that's the only reason I would buy a second one. But really, I guess he could just be in the background of a picture. With that helmet on, it's not like he doesn't look like a specific character necessarily. He could just be like general, general dude signing off. Let's see. By the way, McKinney said, this is going back to this real quick. On the West Coast, my Doomsday, his knees weren't loose, but his torso was. And all my other mega figs aren't loose, just Doomsday. Man. I'm gonna have to look in. I'm gonna have to look in. I was gonna call Target and complain at one time about my Guardians figures. I ended up just canceling them from the order, and I still got a discount from that birthday thing and everything else. So I didn't bother like calling and asking for a gift card. I was thinking about it. I should have, But I didn't. I just ended up canceling those Guardians guys. I don't even know if this is still in stock anymore. Tass, did you go right to McFarlane when you got your second one, or was that through Target? Because I'm interested. Now I'm interested. You guys got me my interests peaked about maybe a replacement. Because yeah, these legs are garbage. The more I mess with them, the more I try to stand them up. He's just But yeah. Scrap iron. I might get a second scrap iron. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. There he is. So he comes with the helmet, one sidearm that I already have holstered, and then this guy, little like drone remote PlayStation Vita switch, which I'm saying that out loud because that's anybody can please use this idea if they need a video game controller, because that's kind of what it looks like. So yes, that's good because I don't have anything like that tiny in that regard. So sweet. And Cody, they are cool. I know you're not like a JoJo guy. Have you ever gotten any Joes? But again, the effects are the best part of this set. So now we'll stick with Joes. I mean, there's not too, I won't go super crazy in depth, but I'll just ask the chat. Is that me? Is that me? I guess it kind of, if I do the people's eyebrow. So I might have another contender. 88 Figs said I should do a multiverse Yimbo shot because I've jokingly talked many times now about how, again, being a brown-haired, brown-eyed dude, white dude, there's a lot of like templates based on me. So like, what am I up to now? I've since attributed myself to Infinity War Cap, the Chris Evans with the beard, Breaker from G.I. Joe, that's 2, Hercules from Marvel Legends, the last one. People said I was like swole Yimbo. Silly. Mr. Fantastic, the Legends head sculpt. He's got the great chin. But 4. Now Shipwreck 5. I'm trying to think if I'm missing one. Oh, I really like the Barbarian head sculpt. There's some like long hair ones. Oh, there's the Solar Suit Superman. I'm just silly. I'm silly. I'm a silly boy. Again, I'm just trying to save money from buying a selfie series. That's all I'm trying to avoid. Because all I've ever wanted was an action figure of me. And I don't know. Are the selfie series better now? But getting back to Shipwreck, what's really cool is he has the peg over here on his wristband, just like Spirit and Freedom. There was a couple spots on the book bag and on the thing. So maybe if I swing it up this way, my bad. There we go. So he can do the, bird on the arm. Then he's got on the rope. He's got a hole on the rope, so he can do that crossbody. And I know you guys have seen the pictures, so I'm not going to go nuts with that. But the one little tip that I appreciated hearing, and I'm going to shout out the 2 people that I heard it from, Missy Owl Figures and our own 88 Figs in the chat, said to hang on to the ties that G.I. Joes come with. Because if you take a look at that, and the funny thing is I pulled this out of scrap irons because like he was already gone, because I had unboxed him on like a ChrisCon when we did Christmas morning, Saturday evening, the night before, and just ripped open all our toys and threw out the boxes. So this is from scrap iron, but these are the ties, and it does look like rope when you coil it up, and you can use it with his hook that he comes with. He has that little hook in there. And then in case you didn't know, he has the hat look too. I wish he had a second head sculpt. Like, as much as I like G.I. Joe's and this like ability to swap just the hair, like I do. I genuinely, like Lady Jane, I think was the first one I saw that. Like, I do enjoy that, but then you're missing out on that extra like expression. Like, again, a yelling expression would have been cool. And then, yeah, all right. And then the other Joe like I was saying, is rock and roll. And he is rad. He is super, super rad. So the reason I dig him as much as I do is because of this crunch. The fact that like he looks awesome. He's got the bandolier, right? That's what that's called, the bandolier across his chest, which doesn't like prevent him from getting all of his normal Joe type crunching, which is amazing. It's another awesome bearded head sculpt, which of course I'm a huge fan of. Here we go. Love that. Love that look. I actually told my son, I was like, he's got strawberry like blonde hair, and I'm like, that could be you one day. You can get all jacked up and grow a beard. There you go. Got your daddy's jeans. You can grow something out. But he came with a ton too. So, well, actually, Shipwreck didn't come with a ton. Scrap Iron did, but Rock and Roll does actually quite a bit, and it wasn't like a deluxe price point or anything. So he's got the sidearm over here, and then I'm just gonna thank you again, No Chewing, for these bags. He brought a big stack with him for us to all like unbox our stuff together. It came in very clutch. All right, so he's got a helmet with Hang 10 on it. Awesome. So there's the helmet. Then this really cool firearm. I'm not sure exactly what to call it, but again, like something that can be set down with the tripod. I just don't know like the specific name of this. An LMG, if I was playing Call of Duty, it's somewhere in the LMGs, right? And then he's got a couple other little things over here. So he's got a radio, which will port into his belt. And then he's got a little ammo tin. Oops, little ammo tin. And that hole can do one of two things. It can either just be on his belt, plugged in with the ammo like hanging out, like literally ready to rock and roll. Or it can get fed in to both. How does this work now? How do magnets work? All right, so that's right. So there's like the holes on the side. This can pop in over yonder. I'll set it up, right? You want me to set it up? I'll set it up. It literally was not a lot of work. Okay. Like I'm offering to do brain surgery. Well, fine. All right, I guess we'll try. Silly. Now, there we go. So that's awesome. Okay. So that was worth showing off. See, because that tucks all the way in. I drop it. See that? There we go. Tucks all the way in there. Boop, boop, boop. Nice, neat, awesome. So that goes there. And like I said, he's got a port on this belt. There he is for the ammo. And then he's got the port on this belt for the radio. At least that's how I configured it. I'm sure it can go either way, right? So, and then the biggest thing, I can't believe I'm forgetting the biggest, like coolest thing of this is that he has swappable hands. So just as a warning, actually, that's really cool. The tattoo goes all the way down to the wrist. That's awesome. Is that the wrist swaps, and he does have a fist. So you can actually have a Joe punching guys out. And then my favorite one, and I'm sure it's everybody's favorite one, is the rock and roll hands. So yeah, there we go. So rock on, rock and roll. Craig, I think his name's Craig, right? Craig McConnell. I just wrote this out the other day for myself. But yeah, so they're awesome. Great Joes. Great Joes. They only keep getting better. Like I said, it's a matter of self-control because I would buy all of them. I really would buy all of them. For a line, like I said, that like I don't know anything more about Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. I don't even know his name other than the fact that I just wrote it out for, I think, a reel the other day. And it stuck with me somehow. But yeah, like they're great. I would buy every single one. But these are just my latest. I'm trying to be good. There's so many good ones. Torpedo is awesome. I still might get him. Eel. Is that the same guy? I don't even know anymore. So yeah, there's all these guys. Oh, rock and roll's gone. Oop. All right, moving things out of the way, throwing them all around. So here we go. My question for y'all is, because we're at an hour, and like I said, I promised my wife I was going to try to, wax poetic for hours and hours. We are doing a really great job right now with. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right. So Brad, hit me up. Let's see. I'm going to pull the second cam out for a second. So I went through Target and McFarlane. McFarlane told me to contact Target. Target did a return instantly, sent me a second. When that one stunk, I emailed McFarlane again about how bummed I was. Thank you. Okay. That actually does help a lot because if I can get, actually tomorrow I should have some time. I should just send them an email, let them know, see if they have a second where they can send me. But that's awesome. That's awesome. That's great customer service. And that's what they should be doing because, going back to this is just, it's so loose. It's so loose. I'm going to try. Thanks, Brad. And then, let me know down the road what McFarlane says. All right. Cody says, as a kid, we had lots of Joes and I had some G.I. Joe extreme stuff. All right. And, we never heard back from McFarlane. That's ridiculous. Well, hopefully I have heard that they do have typically good customer service. I haven't reached out to them, but anybody, like I've in a couple group chats and people, then they got back to me right away. I would definitely hit them up. Definitely try again. And this guy must be the case. But 88, I'm telling you, he has inspired me. I already started like mentally tracking down where all these toys are, and I am gonna do some goofy thing. I don't know if it's gonna be where they're gonna live somewhere on like in my Yimtropolis like diorama, or if they'll just take a shelf as like the Yimboverse. But he's inspired me for at least some silliness. And he also enjoys that rock and roll. Yeah, buddy. All right, let's see. And McKinney, what do you think has been McFarlane's best mega pig from sculpt, articulation, and just being an awesome? My pick is Mongol. Looks great and moves well. That's good to know because he's somebody that I was going to pick up as another Superman villain. And then I kind of talked myself out because my heartstrings get pulled from the Justice League episode where I thought it was Starro, but it was some other sort of like mind control parasite. But Mongol like gave it to Superman, and then he ended up fighting Wonder Woman and Batman, and it was just a really great episode. It was really awesome. So I had thought about it, but so that's good to know. I'm still interested about Mongol. The ones I have, I mean, you guys are gonna laugh because I know that there's so many poop jokes made, but like the Clayface, you can get him to stand and pretty much do anything. Now it's not like super articulated, but he's got a soft, squishy like upper torso or center part. So you could twist him around into some kind of dynamic-y stuff, but he's got the really nice stocky legs that he can balance on one or the other. And then the other interesting part is that because it's that squishy center, if you have toys that you don't mind like popping apart, you can have it where like they're being absorbed into him or trying to escape out. So I don't know. I think I would go that Clayface just when I think of, because every other one, like this is still what I expect from a Megafig, unfortunately. That could be a fun little like maybe side video, like I'm always trying to think of like, I still have that Mezco Superman review to do, but like some of those for me are a little more time intensive, but maybe like something like that could be like a little midweek, review video, maybe just like a quick 5-minute, like, let's go through all of these McFarlane mega figures. I like that, McKinney. I think I'm going to do it now that I'm talking it out. And then Task at Hand, I have a Walmart Snake Eyes coming. Don't remember pre-ordering. Anyone else getting that? Is that... Which one is that now? How many Snake Eyes have there been? I didn't order that one because I have my definitive Snake Eyes. because technically I have 3. I did finally, get that Origins one that everybody has. And I got him for like $12. I have the original, like classified. Yeah, and then I have the desert version. So I'm probably good. I forget which Snake Eyes. Is that the one that has more like colorful options? Not colorful, but I couldn't even tell you. But that's too funny. And that happens, man. Like when I got this package, I forgot about, like, I was like, what just arrived? I was like, oh, that's right. So, even though I'm not buying new stuff, this is my wife called me out this afternoon. I was saying, yeah, I was telling my parents, like, been a little bit better about buying toys the last couple of weeks, just trying to mellow out a little bit. And she goes, yeah, because you're getting your fix from pre-orders. That's fair. All right, my kitty. Let's see. I got another good question for you. Let's see. What's 1 or 2 figures you have on pre-order that you already know what toy pick you're going to take with it as soon as you get it? So, another great question, dude. You could come up with good ones. So the one that I can tell you definitively is I have the not Clark Kent. It was from I pre-ordered mine from 5K Toys. I think it's a Muff toy, but it's a third party, and it's not Clark Kent. So it's Clark Kent, and he's in the suit, and he's got the shirt under. He's got the symbol underneath. So as soon as I get that, I'm doing the running down the street, ripping the shirt open. I still have to hit up Grime City. By the way, speaking of Grime City, I don't know if either Grime City or Lost in Translation watches this, but I just wanted to shout him out. Jules, Lost in Translation Photo, who's just a stunning photographer, toy photographer, just partnered up with Grime City. So Grime City, I first learned about from Agent Variant from George. So I just love seeing how, after all this time, seeing all these new connections being made. I love it. Although they've been friends for a while, but now, like, I guess Grime City, so Jules is an official Grime City photographer. Some little detail, but it's fantastic. So happy for Jules. So happy for Grime City. And again, thank you, George, for showing me Grime City's awesome stuff. So that's the only one that I can think of right now in this moment. That just the old that. And Brad says, all right, Snake Eyes, he's all black with the class. Oh, okay. That's actually a good one too. All right. I mean, those retro ones, I have the Destro, but I was trying to use that retro line to kind of fill the gaps in the original releases of figures. So I only ended up getting Destro because I have a Baroness and I have a Lady Jane and I have a Gung Ho. Even though I like that retro Gung Ho look better than the one I ended up getting, which was that first line, first release of Classifieds, but that's a good Snake Eyes. So the all black murdered out. Yeah, come on. That's a good one. All right. So everyone, I do have some more toys down here. Actually, I guess not so many. That's not so bad. We'll just go through them. Let's just knock them out. Let's knock them out. Because then, you know what? This will be able to fresh slate. I can clear off my tables when I get home. I can assess and unbox some new stuff to talk about the following weeks. So yeah, this will be good. All right, we'll knock these out. So I think I did talk about this War Machine already from ChrisCon. I just wanted to show you the effect because it is so neat. It ports just directly in to the chest. Look how nice that looks. And he's got that, and then the other piece, which is amazing. And this is another thing. I have to find my modular Iron Man. He's just in a tote in my garage somewhere, but I got to track him down because I immediately need to put these two guys up against. There we go. Up against Ryu and Fei Long. I actually did take a couple of pictures with Marvel Capcom stuff. I'm not crazy about one of them, but I have like Ryu doing his little spinning kick to Captain America's face, and I kind of like that one, so I got to get that out there. But look at that. So neat. So the hand plugs in. There's like an actual, like you can see his fist in there. But yeah. So this is a really great War Machine. It doesn't have butterflies, but does it really need it because he's an Iron Boy? Like, that's how I look at this one, you know? But the paint, he's gorgeous. He's a gorgeous, gorgeous War Machine. So nice. So nice. So that's all. I just wanted to show you that little effect because I think the last time I talked about him, I didn't have him handy. All right, so let's wrap things up. I know Carlos is going to love this. His boy's getting back into some wrestling figs. His boy being me. So here we go. Let's bring up this second camera again. So, there we go. Got to swap that around. So let's show off real quick the Mattel Creations 2-pack for Muhammad Ali. I have been absolutely in love with this set. Like, here's the ref version. Oh my God, he's so great. Let's see, is that picking up? There we go. So what I need you guys to know is, like, I've always wanted a ref figure. I've used Vapor many times. I can't believe mine's going to be one of the greatest boxes of all time, but yep, he is now my referee. And you can see the hand count of 3. And then the head sculpts are all obviously interchangeable. So you get a lot of different, like, emotions too from a reffing standpoint. And here's obviously him. God, he's so good. This is such a good figure. Now, I will throw out my one critique that I kind of, I really would like Mattel to address in future because it's been done. It's happening currently with, like, the AEW and the Supreme figures. Let's see. That way. But there's no waist bend. Like, this is the missing piece for me in Ultimates. Like, it's just a swivel. I guess I could have just done that, shown you. But it's just a swivel, only the upper torso crunch, which is good, but it's definitely, I realized, like, Masters of the Universe, like, Revelations type articulation. It kind of dawned on me. So there's that. It's my one knock, but otherwise, jeez, this figure, I cannot get enough of this. And I need to also, like, one of the people I would like to talk to coming up this fall is Super Action Stuff. That was actually a recommendation for 88 Figs, but I've used their stuff for years now. And I've wanted to buy one of the latest sets that has the boxing gloves. And I think I basically found my reason to do it. Because, again, this guy looks so freaking good. And all I want to do is take boxing pictures now with him, And I'm going to put Ali up against a lot of different people. I'm going to put him up against my Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat guys too. But here we go. Let's try to get him posed up nicely. There we go. But he looks awesome to me. But he's got 4 head sculpts. So let's check him out. Oh, something fell. It was a hand. It was a fist. All right. So Muhammad Ali has fists. He also comes with this ridiculously awesome robe, which I haven't even, like, taken out and touched yet because I'm just like, it's just so awesome. Like, is it blasphemy to put Deadpool in this? I don't know. Probably. I just love it. But I just want to show you the other head sculpts here. So let's get some light on him. So a nice, like, smirking, smiling one. Awesome. Oh, is it kind of 2 of them? Are these both similar? Are these similar? Did I get this, like, how many heads are supposed to come in here? Are these different, or is this the same picture? These are the same, right? expression-wise. I guess I just never like looked at them closely, unless one is supposed to be a little bit different. Maybe one is supposed to be older, like the ref look. Huh. I am not sure. So maybe only 3 different heads. So yeah, I guess it does kind of look like these are very, very similar. Is the hair the same too? Is one younger? The only thing I can think is that one maybe is younger, but I don't know. I think these are the same. This one I'm noticing, again, nothing crazy, has a little speckle of not like where it should be paint right under his eye. That's a bummer. I just noticed that. Again, I'm not going nuts. You can kind of see the 2 little markings right over here where my nail is, right there. But yeah, these look kind of the same, don't they? Oh, he's saying one is breathing in, one is breathing out. Yeah, Cody's saying they look very close, man. I'm gonna do it again. I think these are the same. I thought one was like more of a smile and then a smirk, but I think these are like the same. Weird. Okay. Might have to put them on the bodies just to check. Let's see. We'll do that. We'll do that. Well, that would be a kind of a bummer, though, right? To have, unless this is another good thing for me to find out right now. And then I need to go check and see if there were more head sculpt varieties if I'm missing one. Because this was not a cheap, this was not a cheap set. Comic-Con exclusive. So I'm trying to think if there's a better way to like showcase these 2 together. Trying, guys. I'm trying. Are they the same? I cannot tell. I think they're the same. Or not. They both look like they're smiling at me. I think maybe, does this guy smiling more? I can't even tell. All right. That'll be something for me to investigate. The point remains, it's a really great set. And outside of now being a little bummed that I might only have the one, is there paint on this guy too? Where's this paint coming from? I did not notice any of these little defects until right now. I got to check my pictures too, unless I did this, and that would make me very sad. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right, so there's the champ, greatest of all time. Speaking of another champ, I did find Comic-Con weekend, the Eddie Guerrero and the Ray, but I only opened up Eddie. So Eddie has these 2 awesome hands. And his head sculpts are fantastic. So he's got the amazing hands right there. Love those. Love those. He's got this head sculpt. Smirking Eddie. God, I love Eddie was the best. And then like a cheesing hard Eddie. So great. And he of course has the Latino Heat t-shirt, double-sided, addicted to the heat, which is great because this is like one of the kinds that doesn't require any Velcro. It just is, so you just slide that on there. And I know this is going to be controversial, but this is my favorite wrestling belt out of all the titles. This was my favorite, the Undisputed Championship. So now I have one in toy form. Yay. Oh, and going back to Ali real quick. Look, he's got the counting 1, 2. He's got the 3. Oh, so good. So good. Fists all around. But yeah, I think that's it for the wrestling stuff for tonight. Because that was of the wrestling variety. I'm so bummed about this. Head sculpt issue. All right, let me catch up on the chat once again. All right, so Cal's saying, I haven't even opened him or Modular Iron Man. Dude, well, War Machine can get it. And once you open War Machine, you're going to want to open Iron Man. So get on it. Get on it. Brad says, love that boxer, Ali. My problem, I have no ring dials to put him in. So I guess I got to get in on that now. I will tell you this. Don't go nuts. Buy a $20 AEW ring or go to GameStops. I didn't need a third wrestling ring in my life, but I once saw an AEW ring that was down to like $11 on clearance. So just get something small, cheap, like spring loaded, like you don't need a big, that's what I've been using. I don't need my big authentic ring. Get something small like that. Or just start getting weird with like putting them into street fights in your dios, that could work too. That's part of the thing I wanted to do with it. Yeah, Cody was saying that they do look very similar. I'm really annoyed though about this little paint application. It's not even an application. I just hope I didn't scuff it. I try to take care of my stuff. Take care of my toys. One is breathing in, one is breathing out. It could be, man. As I drop the ref. I mean, these look so similar. So similar. Yeah, I got some research ahead of me. Let's see. Emma Kinney says, I wonder how he looks next to the two Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. T 2-pack, since they were also in boxing attire and had gloves. Oh, I bet that would be another set. If I could track it down for still like closer at retail, now I might want to get that one because of the whole box. I'm sure they look fantastic. And then, Cal, that's a good one. All right. WCW World Title is my favorite. Big gold belt. Never going to knock a big gold belt. I have my Ric Flair 16-time t-shirt with the big gold belt. So never going to knock you for that. That's a great choice too. Like I said, I knew that the Undisputed, this is my hot take. This is my favorite design. I just thought that this was so cool. Also at a time of my life where my buddy and I was just getting back into wrestling back in college. And then it was just awesome. It was awesome. So big gold belt, Undisputed title. They're right there. They're neck and neck. But yeah, everybody, I'm going to have to check out this situation. I'll report back. But the only, you know what? I do have one last toy. Do you want to hear about Short Round today, or do you want to hear about him tomorrow? Not tomorrow, next week, the following week. I did get Short Rounds. I'll just give you my little quick and easy. Well, the quick and easy is that he's very cool. It comes with a torch. So if you didn't get that Gridiron Studios set, you will now have a nice torch for, let's see. Sorry, bringing this back up. So I'm just holding up the torch. So now you will have a torch. I think I swapped it. Come on, there we go. So now you will have a torch. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Chrome, for taking forever. But yes, you will now have a torch for your indie exploration. And he does come with a fedora. However, this is indie with the Obi-Wan, Club Obi, head sculpt on without hat. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit. Like, I thought I made myself the perfect indie now. It does not fit. What a bummer. So it doesn't fit. But now you can have him hold it, and he doesn't have to hold a decapitated head, which Machu showed me how to do to get creative. But Short Round is amazing. He's perfect. He's going to end up living in the audience of my future wrestling shots, because I'm trying to get back into doing some more of those. But the cloth goods jacket, he moves really, really well. He's got thigh swivel, single jointed knee. He's like on that Black Series body, but it's a tiny one, but he moves really well. And the cloth goods jacket is great. It's perfect for what it is. He's adorable, like ridiculously adorable. Love both hats. See, it'll sit on there. Boop. Great. This piece is tempting me to get the rest of them, but I'm really trying to be picky and choosy about not going all in on all of these, because I could easily build all these artifacts, because the artifacts themselves have all been awesome. But I probably won't. I saw the female from the movie that comes with the front part of the skull, and I contemplated just grabbing her because she was in hand at the store. And I was like, no, I can't just be buying all these toys willy-nilly just for, like I did with scrap iron, just for all accessories. I'm trying to be better. But yeah, Short Round is awesome. Short Round is great. And his was pushed up because that was supposed to be a September release. And then I got the email and he was here. So yeah, he's up on Amazon. He's available. But I think that's it. I've expelled all of my toys. I've discussed everything that I brought with me for all of us to hang out and enjoy tonight and to discuss. Now, my last big point or question was going to be where we are in terms of some of these like bigger purchases, because NECA just dropped on us that sewer dio. And so $300. Once again, I'm never going to be a guy that's like, I don't know the business end of what goes into productions and factories and costs and materials and all of that stuff. So I do not know. So all I can tell you is that, like the reaction of many people, $300 is $300. So it's a lot of money. I was really hoping for a single room that it would have been a lot cheaper. That being said, it's massive. Like, if you've ever seen the NECA building, the whole base, it's massive. It's huge. We know how big it is. So my point of like, am I going to do this? Because, like I have been recently, in the last year, like, instead of buying new figures, like trying to invest in dioramas for the photography aspect. And, my fellow boomer, 78 points of articulation, I saw today in his story, he was working on those second batch. So I'm in that group. I bought that Mirage Dio. I'm super excited about it. But I don't have a sewer. Now I can get the Extreme Set sewer for like $45. Or I could buy this one that is screen accurate, and I can put the whole building on top of it, and it can sit on my table. But it's $300. So I don't know. Anybody getting that sewer dio? I know Cody said he was maybe. But let's see. Like, for me, I passed on the DeLorean. It was tough. I love Back to the Future. There were so many. So I passed on the DeLorean. I have a lot of cars. I did order the Dragonfly. So I that's coming next year. So I will have the His Tank this year, get the helicopter next year. I am getting that other Batmobile. See, I have so many cars, so many vehicles. Well, what else was the big stuff? What was the other big ones? Oh, like the Cat Lair. Like, that would be amazing. I have no space, and that's a lot of money, like, in one shot. So, like, but that's where it gets tough, because I'm like, the sewer, like, the Cat Lair is what, 600? That's 3. But can a Cat Lair support the weight of that NECA building? Like, I don't know. Let's see. All right, so I'm going back. I gave you a little talking points. Hit me in the chat. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what you went for, what you're passing on, what you're frustrated that you may have wanted or not. But yeah, my big one was Dragonfly, and the 78 points dio was my other big expense from the summer, like toy season, outside of like singular, shopping trips. But I'm on the fence about the NECA dio. I wish it was, of course I wish it was like $150. I wish it was $200. I would have slept easier if it was $250. $300 is tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, even though I'm not arguing whether or not like it is worth it. Because again, just like everything, I'm always going to remind you, a thing is anything in life is only what you are willing to pay for it. You know? So I'm not going to get mad at it. Like, people are going to buy it. I'm very excited to see people with the NECA stuff. I'm excited about the influx of like diorama makers that are like, all right, here, hold my beer. And like, I'm going to say, fine, do it. The thing for me is being able to place the building on top of it and having that whole thing live on my table, because that would free up that extra, like I can visualize it. I have the space. I can see that. So that's what's like getting me, but also then the money and, end of summer, money's tight. So, all right, back to questions. Cal, I am embarrassed to say, as much as I love wrestling, I've been so far out. I didn't even know Seth was champ. I know. I didn't watch SummerSlam. I need to go back. And I have no idea that there was a new title. So I'll have to go see it. I'm the worst. Oh, I've been a terrible wrestling fan, though. All right, Brad says, short round. Did you go for Mezco's Indie or are you sticking to Hasbro? I waitlisted myself for Mezco Indie. I waited like the day after, and when I saw pictures at Comic-Con of Damian Wayne, even though I'm nervous that there's no ab crunch, I went, screw it, and I waitlisted for both of them. So at least this way, I can still go back and cancel. But I've had such success with pre-orders converting off the waitlist that if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So I am going to stick with Hasbro, but except if I get Indie. He's just so prime with the cloth goods. Like, he is the pinnacle of like, he should have a Mezco. So like, and I love Mezco. So what are you going to do? And then Brad, you asked where it was, Amazon. So I had pre-ordered him on Amazon the first time he went up. It was like a September listing. And then all of a sudden he's converted. So I think he's up. He's just like available on Amazon, which I will say, everybody, if you want to go to Yimbo's Amazon storefront and click through and order it that way, that'd be super awesome. Or at the very least, just click to go to Amazon from my storefront. If you're going to be shopping there anyway, I'm just saying, Brad. Oh, sorry, man, McKinney. I shot over your question. Sorry, hang on. What's something you want a toy company to accomplish next? For example, scaling better with each other or finally giving big figures double jointed arms? God, well, okay. So McKinney, you basically nailed two of them that I would love to see. It would be amazing if we're going to see uniformity in scale. It's not going to happen though. Like, I've made my peace with that a long time ago. But like McFarlane's, if you want to mash up McFarlane's, put them with, wrestling figures or Masters of the Universe, like that's just going to be how it's going to be. So I don't think we're going to see that. I would love to see Doomsday with double jointed arms would be so much nicer. Again, I just don't know what the thought process of going single jointed, if it's just a cost type situation. If it's that they don't know how to engineer it, that could be the case. So, because even a company that I love, Spiro with Thane, that was all single jointed too, if I'm not mistaken. Checks notes. Somebody check my notes. So I'll keep thinking about that. I'll keep thinking about McKinney. Cody. All right. So the thing with the sewer layer, nobody wants to pay so much. We all want cheaper things, but people acting like NECA is their best friend who turned evil and betrayed them. Yeah, they're a business. Hey, NECA is a company. They are within stone's throw of me, I think, but they're a Jersey company. Like, it would be a company I'd love to work for. That'd be amazing. That'd be so cool. I'll put that out in the world now. Yeah, but they're a business. So like, we don't know about all those other aspects to it. And again, it's not like this was some evil malicious, like with NECA, again, I don't know too much of their power structure. With Hasbro, that you're dealing with like shareholders and that type of stuff. So that they're all about profits over the people to collect. They don't care. Like the shareholders do not care about us. Like, they just want to care about their bottom line. NECA does not give me those vibes whatsoever. but they are still a business. So again, we don't know what goes into all of this. And like here, this is what Cody's saying in the next comment. Let's see. Sorry, just jumping around. Here we go. So I don't know what their costs are, but considering how cheaply they sell most of their figures, they could be charging way more. I imagine they aren't trying to wretchedly gouge people. True. And also, if I'm not mistaken, with these pre-orders, these are like made to order. So it's not like they're mass producing these. I mean, they technically are, but are these made? Like, that's something that I'm not aware of. Like, if something is just being made to order, then I feel like the cost would be higher. If you're mass producing these because you're going to put them into Targets, different story. I'm assuming then that's how like costs could get lowered. But yeah, this is more of like a boutique item from their collection, I guess. But yeah, I don't think NECA. I would not put NECA in this like evil. They are just a business to me, not some evil corporation. Let's see. Tasca. I'm so divided by that sewer. It's a lot of money, but it'll probably last longer than any foam dial or extreme set. And it's a display piece you'll have forever. That's actually another interesting point off of this, that it is a display piece. And that's how most people, not toy photographers, are going to be using it. And like I said, you can't put a NECA building on top of a foam dio. So I do think that like quality and construction will be there, just like NECA with all of their stuff. That, you know, like they make good stuff. And my man Cal being the devil on my shoulder. Let's see. Sorry, just I'm having my Chrome troubles. Just sell more figs. I know. I need to. I will. Let's see. My biggest one the past few years is the Super 7 Turtle Van. Oh, yeah. And look at that. We're talking turtles, and look who shows up. It's our boy Autumn Knight from Instagram. Eric, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? And I got to see Eric at ChrisCon. I don't know if I talked about that. I love you, Eric. And he is supporting the sewer. Okay. Well, I support you owning it. And I'm having an easier time talking myself into this one than I am talking myself into some of the other things. Yeah, I have a lot of turtle toys. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Cody and then McKinney's coming next. Okay, so Cody, people are used to NECA selling at Walmart or Target and relying on orders in the thousands to subsidize costs. See, we know some elements to how business works. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they're making what we order. So if you don't want, I know, but then if you don't want it, then hit up one of these other brilliant diorama makers. Seriously, like I've seen so many people, even including 78 points of articulation, be like, should I do this? Like they're gonna be like, so many people can knock this out. All right, so M McKinney, yo Yimbo, pretty sure the last time I was in this room, as your figure recommendations, and for old time's sake, I want to ask again, and to be different, I get 3 WWE figure recommendations. Heck yeah! All right, I will give you those, McKinney, and then hold on, Brad. So many turtle figures lately. They need a home, right? I don't know. I may end up caving in and getting it. We'll talk, Brad. I don't know how long we have. They NECA usually is a nice little window for us, so we'll discuss. We'll chat in the DMs. All right, we'll talk ourselves into her. Hey, I know you're a teacher too, man. So you know, maybe once the paychecks start happening again, I'll be more willing to jump on it. I mean, I had been really excited about this. So I know it's goofy, and some of you were there, but you know, I try to hop on Instagram for like 10 minutes or so before I jump over to YouTube on Sundays. And today I was talking about, like, that's what we were talking about. It's a 3-week pre-order window. Okay. But yeah, like how turtles, like I just have so many turtles. I hadn't realized how much of my fandom is turtles until I like really stopped and went, holy crap, I have a lot of turtles. So we'll see. All right. So it's a 3-week window. Okay. Yeah. So Cal and I are on the same page, McKinney, about the recommendation. I only go ultimates. Like I only go ultimates unless he's asking ultimate or elite figures. That's a good distinction. Now, elites are great because they have such a variety and they have like the different included accessories, but they could do so many different time period things. What I like about the ultimates is, again, slightly better to me articulation. And then, with Eddie, they gave it 3 head sculpts. That's amazing. All the different hands. So, I mean, Eddie would be one right off the bat. And I guess with wrestling, it's kind of tough too. Like, what are your eras? Like for me, like I haven't opened up my Razor yet, but I love that I own that Razor Ramon because he was one of my favorites growing up. Stone Cold is like my favorite wrestler of all time, but his ultimate is insanely good. Gosh, Shawn Michaels one is good. Any Shawn you get your hands on is a good Shawn. I have both Bretts that I still have to open that I'm excited about. I think that pink Brett is probably going to be one of my favorites just based on, the new articulation. Eddie has it. Drop down hips, baby. Oh, yeah. Machu kept telling me about the drop down hips. This is my first like new body ultimate. So they're getting there eventually. Give us this lower crunch. If AEW can do it, Mattel, you can do it. Sean, Austin, Brock is another good one. Any Brock, yeah. Brock, I love my Brock. I was again beating myself. Should I go for like baby Brock and the tights and the singlet? Or not the tights, just the singlet, the underwear. I'm like, like I have that other Brock, the MMA Brock. I passed on the former Brock. I could have had 3 ultimate Brocks, but I have one. I'm trying to, again, keep myself to like one of each wrestler if I can. That's a great point. 88 needs an updated Dudley Boys. Yeah, dude. Especially because the aftermarket is like insane. I remember in one of my wrestling group chats, like that was a conversation a while back. Like they haven't done a set in so long. Like if you have them, move them now. Because you will make some toy money. And let's see, and a 3-pack. Oh, Hardy Boys with Trish. Or you mean Lita, right? You mean Lita. That's like one thing. That is my era, Attitude Era. So like, yeah, I know that one. Lita, baby, right with the Lita. There we go. And then Task. Let's see. One day, my turtle figures need some shelled. That's silly. That's silly. Silly. Eric goes, it's a good thing a place where you can share all those turtle shots with others. Exactly. I know, because that's Eric runs the collab I'm in. Hey, I'm joining this week. I have a shredder shot. It's an open concept, so I'm hitting them with my Mirage battle damage shredder pick that I took a while back when I was all amped up on Mirage turtles. And it's okay. Look, based on how much I've gotten wrong or how many times I've said I don't know tonight, I think you're okay, Ozzy. Oh, this has been so much fun, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night, though. Thank you so much, and McKinney. I hope we helped. Again, try to track down Austin is like the best. Austin is my favorite one of all the times. But I don't know where he is in like aftermarket world, or just wait till another one comes out. Target has an Attitude Ultimate Rock up for pre-order. At least I had pre-ordered it. I don't know. It's coming out in October. See if he's still up, because that Rock would be an instant buy too if you're a Rock fan. Thank you, guys. Kimonauts, roll out. Yeah, Brad. Good night, guys. And truly, thank you all for hanging out with me this evening. You are all the best, as always. Whether you were hanging out with me live in the chat, first of all, thank you so much for just chilling. This is the boys, the Sunday nights are for the boys. So thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening, and for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man of everybody. I'm just saying this is a wonderful evening hanging out with all of you. So thank you so much. If you're watching the replay, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for taking time out of your life to listen to me ramble on about toys. So thank you very much. And perfect. We helped out McKinney. Amazing. 88. Thank you so much, my friend. So I'm looking forward to future stuff. Plan on next week. I will keep you posted as always. I promise. and just have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night. And one quick little thing, Roman, Hoke, and Seth, also great picks. Hit up Cal McKinney. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit up Cal too. Cal's got, we're in sync, me and Cal. So, and that's it, everybody. So have a wonderful rest of your night and have a great start to your week. I love you guys. Have a fantastic week as I look over here and just get my little outro going. But don't forget to hit that like button. Tell your friends if you liked the stream, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys. Bye. Love you.